Good afternoon, everybody. It's Steve and Paul finally, hopefully, bringing you your daily brief for December the 17th after an effort yesterday that totally and utterly failed.
We recorded a 20-minute show yesterday that the software botched.
Yes.
And you've been sick for the last couple of days, which has kept us off the internet airwaves.
Yes, and I'm still
now coming back to record a Friday show.
Yes.
And
starting off with
I don't want to be here. I don't want to cover this story.
I asked Holden because I had heard rumors about this floating around, so I asked Holden, one of our writers, to sort of head out and do what he could to do. What it is, folks, is that somebody has finally come up with a very unique use of Kinect.
What is it they say? The first two industries to adopt any technology, make that technology, and that's gaming and porn.
Yes.
And here we have the sort of the climax, pardon the pun, of such things in this. I don't know if this is a released game or this is a hack of a game, but basically what we have here and what you're probably looking at is somebody using Kinect to control a 3D interactive sex game. And obviously the guy has blurred his own face out for very, very good reasons.
Yes.
I'm like, seriously? If you're if you have to spend, right, whatever it costs for an Xbox, and whatever it costs for a Kinect, and whatever it costs for the game, don't you think you could go out and procure some female company a lot cheaper?
Yeah, like
rather than this.
I'm sure that somewhere in some street, $30 will get you a hell of a lot more real interactivity.
This is. I'm just waiting until Fleshlight released the first add-on to go with this.
Oh God!
I don't know. This is. I'm like. I'm used to hacking, and I'm used to the perception that geeks are and hackers are usually, lonely and loveless.
Yes, but this is going a little bit too far, I think.
This is taking it way too far,
yes. Yeah. But I guess, given that it's game time and it's Christmas, Xbox Live Arcade is going to be having a marketplace sale starting next week.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the first title. It's Super Meat Boy.
Oh,
good God. Yeah, well, according to 1UP and, Larry Herb, Major Nelson, as we usually report whenever there's sales, you're going to be able to get games like Super Meat Boy for 800 Microsoft points, about $10 or, 33% off its price. Other games coming up for the sale that's running between December 21st and New Year's Eve. Comic Jumper, Toy Soldiers, Banjo-Tooie, Castle Crashers, The Undergarden, Risk Faction, Afterburner Climax, Carcassonne, and Borderlands, Claptrap's New Robot Revolution. There's really only two of them that I know or come to mind that I might want myself. One being Super Meat Boy, and not for meat reasons previously mentioned. And the other one being Borderlands.
Did you see the swipe that Super Meat Boy took at PETA?
No.
Oh, they've actually created a character called Tofu Boy.
Okay.
Very, very bleh, just type of character.
That's
anyway,
like you.
yeah, on a good day. Additionally, though, they're also going to be having deals of the week. And next week, I guess, they're going to be consisting of a variety of Forza Motorsports 3 car packs at 50% off. So, Xbox, marketplace is going to be a place to hang out.
You can also, right now, if you go out and you buy a Windows Phone 7, you can also get a free game as well at the moment, which I suppose is not too bad if you're cheap and looking for free games. But the free games that are listed aren't actually too bad. You're talking about Kinectimals, Kinect Joyride, Fable 3, or Halo Reach. And for those of you who are buying your Windows Phone 7 through AT&T or T-Mobile, you can also take advantage of their offer of the buy one phone, get one free as well.
Yeah.
So, for the cost of one phone, you can get two phones and an Xbox game.
Yeah. Well, I know up here, I think it is TELUS has the same deal as well, which I'm definitely trying to work my way into getting.
Well, speaking of new phones, do you know what made it past the FCC?
The Dell View Pro.
Dell Venue Pro.
Oh,
yes.
Venue, yes.
Now, this is a new model of the Dell Venue Pro. It does have support for 3G as well. So, AT&T 3G, I should say, for those of you in the US. So it'll make it very handy for you. I like the Dell Pro because it's got, it's not just got the large touchscreen, but it's also got the slide-out QWERTY keyboard. And I can easily see this becoming a very sort of popular Windows Phone 7 phone. It's very popular on other platforms. So yeah, that's good news. Speaking of new phones, though, while we're at it, looking into 2011
yes.
at the, we tried to talk about this on yesterday's Fail show. At the Mobile World Congress, we should be seeing unveiled the Asus E600 as a Windows Phone 7 phone. Now, this thing looks
sweet.
I love the brushed metal
yes.
finish on it. This is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Asus's first major entry into the Windows Phone 7 phones. Something to keep an eye on, something I'm very much looking forward to. Also, coming down... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, coming down the line, one of the things everybody's been talking about is the updates, these massive updates that are coming. But we seem to have finally gotten some sort of timetable with January seeing copy and paste CDMA support. That'll be announced at the Consumer Electronics Show. Then in February at the Mobile World Congress, we're supposed to see new APIs with greater multitasking support, in-app downloads, better end-user customization, a line of new handsets, which I guess the Asus will be one. And then
possibly the Venue Pro.
Yeah. And then far into August and September, one codenamed Mango. Which,
now, this is an interesting one. This is the one that people are touting maybe actually called Windows 7.5. We're looking at things like HTML5 browser support, Silverlight support, lots of other things. This is supposed to be quite a big update. But again, that's not going to be until August or September of 2011. So.
Possibly, but I think the biggest part of that update will be the Far East Asian language input support.
Well, there's a reason why that has taken so long to come to, is because it's not just about rearranging the phone's interface so that will work. All the surrounding services that go with it also have to support it as well. So that's big.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
Big. Now, next month, we're starting to see some things on the tablet front, moving away from Windows Phone 7. And old Baldy Bammer himself is supposed to be demoing Samsung and Dell entries into the tablet market at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. Now, the rumors that we have about these tablets, we haven't seen any of them yet, but they're expected to stick along sort of, how Microsoft is more work-orientated, more enterprise-orientated, versus Apple's sort of more Tonka toy immediate entertainment line. So we're probably going to see things like not just the tablets being touchscreen, but also, slide-out keyboards, stylus support, that sort of stuff as well.
One of the interesting rumors, though, that came out is that one of the tablets will be that if you have it in portrait mode, it will be typical Windows 7 interface.
Mm-hmm.
When you switch it to landscape mode, the interface is going to change to a more touchy,
a more media-centric
yes.
type of interface. Yeah, we haven't got any solid rumors on whether or not this is going to be a Zune-style interface or a Windows Phone 7-style interface, or, as you suspect,
I think it will be the Macallan.
Which is an interface that we talked about probably about 30 episodes ago when Microsoft bought them. It was a very popular interface for people to play with. It looked really, really good, but then it disappeared off the web when Microsoft bought them. So there's a possibility this interface could make its way onto it. Stupid rumor of the week, though.
We have one?
We have one, which is tied in with this. According to a New York Times report, apparently when old Bammer himself is up on stage demoing these tablets, he's going to be demoing a tablet running Windows 8.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I know Windows 8 has been in development for a while, but we talked about this yesterday, and we just don't see Microsoft giving away anything about Windows 8 at this stage, considering CES is only a month away. Well, even if they do have a model of a version of Windows 8 that is ready to run, that they can show off, it's too early for them to be releasing that information.
See, here's the thing too. Also take into account, look how closed-mouthed they were about Windows 7, how closed they were about Windows Phone 7, interface. Even the new Xbox interface, when they brought that in, it was all, very little of it got out into the press until it was time.
Yeah.
And I just do not see, especially with someone like Sinofsky, who's known for not letting anything out, I just don't see any word of...
What you call anally retentive.
Yeah. I just do not see any word of Windows 8, Windows Phone 8 coming to the table until they're ready almost to ship.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That's why I prefaced with this with saying, silly rumor of the week.
What's not a silly rumor is apparently IE best rival browser on malware security.
Yeah, basically this has got to do with sort of socially engineered malware. This isn't, everyday malware. This is the stuff that you get tricked into downloading and installing, things like screensavers and crap like that. You download it so that you've got, a pretty kitty in the background for your screensaver, and in the meantime, it's running around and, using your browser to send details back to nefarious people filled with your credit card statements.
Yes.
And apparently IE9 is the best browser on the market by quite a considerable way at the moment. Well ahead of its nearest rival, which is Firefox. Apparently IE9 caught 99% of malicious applications, which is higher than IE8, which picked up 90%. Firefox 3.6 picked up 19%. Safari 5, 11%. Google Chrome 6, 3%. And Opera 10 offered no protection whatsoever against socially engineered malware. Now, I must say, they're being a little unfair with this because they're comparing IE9, which is a beta browser, against full versions of existing browsers. I prefer the IE8 numbers right now than the IE9 numbers, which is that, because that's a solid, it's a released out there, it's not a beta browser, so it's 90% for IE8 versus 19% for Firefox 3.6. What's disturbing to me is that while Microsoft's browsers keep going up in this level, in comparison to last year, all other browsers have actually dropped in their ability to detect and stop this stuff. And that's very worrying. And this is, of course, coming out by, this report was released by NSS Labs, and they are very respected in this area when it comes to this stuff,
The last bit of news is, again, security related, but Microsoft Security Essentials 2 is now available for download, and apparently it's an even better free antivirus for Windows.
Well, the best-of-breed antivirus software for Windows just became better, in my opinion. It's available for download now. Check your Windows Update or check the Update tab inside your Security Essentials. As of right now, or as of recording, it wasn't available for either of my machines, but through Windows Update. But you can always go along to the Microsoft Security Essentials site and just download it and install it over the top. Some of the things we're seeing in the new version of Security Essentials is heuristics scanning, heuristics detection, which was missed from the first one. The first one got a lot of complaints because it relied quite heavily on, definitions to find it. But heuristic scanning is a way of trying to predict behavior and detect unusual behavior and stop it, even though you don't have a definition for it. Which helps you detect stuff, even when there's not a definition available for it. So that's kind of cool. It's also more tightly integrated with things like Internet Explorer and with the firewall as well inside Vista and Windows 7. So that tightens things up there as well. Interestingly, for those of you who have a home network, it also offers network scanning, so you can scan your other machines over the network, which is quite good. Obviously, that particular functionality not available in Windows XP.
Now, before we sign off today, I want to make a couple of, not quite announcements, but some things that Paul and I are thinking about. Due to the fact that, for us anyway, we're lucky enough, YouTube's lifted the 15-minute time on the length of the video that we can upload and provide you. We are seriously considering maybe that the weekend WinExtra on Windows is kind of overcompensating for everything that we're doing.
Yeah, because we have more time now on a day-to-day show to
Yeah.
actually discuss these things in a bit more detail rather than we do. That was the point of the weekend show, was to discuss what we didn't have time to do.
Now, what we may end up doing is the Friday show, like today, may be even slightly longer than the typical Monday to Thursday show. But what we're waiting for right now is the company we use, Podburner, is the software we use to record the Skype conversation, is currently working on being able to record multiple streams more than just the two. And if they do that, we may end up looking at having guests showing up on Friday as part of the extended show. We're still working on those details, and hopefully, Paul's head won't explode too much.
My head won't explode. I'm good.
But it's just some
as long as you don't keep opening the show with stories like you did today.
Yeah, no. But it's some things we're thinking about on trying to improve the show. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you'd like that idea, vote us up. Give us some good comments, bad comments. We'll take them both. And
feel free. Look, if you don't want to make your comment publicly, or even if you want to be on the show and you think you should be on the show, drop us an email at podcast@winextra.com. We're always willing and wanting to hear your opinions.
Yep.
And if you feel like dropping us a voicemail, you can do so by just picking up the phone and calling 2729633. We can even take text messages that way if you want.
So, but on that note, this calls an end to, I guess, our Friday show for December the 17th. We hope you all have a good weekend. And if everything's and the stars are all in the right place and everybody behaves themselves, we'll be back Monday for your next round of news from Microsoft. Have a good weekend, everybody.